Hi, this is Rebecca, and I have a question for you. Is there anything wrong with the sentences behind me? Let's have a look. The car was speeding too fast. We will progress forward this year. Do you have any other alternatives? And when are you returning back? Okay, let's start with those four. So, did you find anything wrong there, or did you think they were perfectly okay? Well, I hope you said that there was something wrong, because there is. And what's wrong is that all of these sentences contain what is called in English redundant expressions. Redundancy means repetitive and unnecessary. That means there are some extra words here that we don't need to use. So let's go back and see what those redundancies are. The first one, the car was speeding too fast. So what's redundant? These words here. Too fast. When you say that the car was speeding, that's enough, because speeding means that you're driving too fast. So you don't need to say that you're speeding too fast. Just the car was speeding. Next, we will progress forward this year. Where's the problem? Here. You don't need to say progress forward. It's enough to say progress, because progress means to go forward. Okay? Next one. Do you have any other alternatives? Where's the problem? Here. Alternatives means other ideas, other options. So you don't need to say other alternatives, just do you have any alternatives? When are you returning back? Where's the problem? Here. You just need to say, when are you returning? Because returning means going back. All right? Let's try a few others. Could you repeat the directions again? Where's the problem? Over here. Because to repeat means to say something again. So, could you repeat the directions? That's enough. Please continue on with your work. Where's the problem there? Here. To continue means to go on. So you don't need to say continue on, okay? They meet together often. That sounds like it's okay. A lot of people do use those kind of expressions, but it's not technically correct. You should just say they meet often, because if they meet, they are together, right? We don't need to repeat it. That is a redundancy. Last one here. We reserved the seats in advance. Where's the problem? Over here. If you reserve the seats, it means that you booked them in advance. So you don't need to repeat the words in advance. Now, this is really important, especially if you're writing an exam like the TOEFL or the IELTS, because examiners look out for these type of issues in your English language mastery. Okay? Let's look at a few more examples. There are actually hundreds of examples in English of common redundancies. I'll tell you a little bit more about that in a second. But let's look at a few examples. Still continues. Can you say something still continues? Not really. You shouldn't be saying that. You don't need the word still. It continues mean it's still going on. All right? Next one. You do hear this one quite often, but it's not really right. It's a crisis situation. We don't need the word situation. It's a crisis. That's enough. Next one. Well, these two, let me read them to you first. Completely destroyed. Absolutely necessary. Now, as such, it's really enough to say it was destroyed or it's necessary. But it often happens that in English and in different languages, words sometimes become weaker over time. So sometimes we have a tendency to emphasize them. And that's what's happening here. So you could leave this or you could eliminate it. completely destroyed we use when we want to emphasize that it was really gone. But as such, the word destroyed means that it's gone. Same here. It's necessary means that you need it. But sometimes you will hear people saying it's absolutely necessary that you arrive on time for your interview. So they're just trying to emphasize it, but technically it's not necessary. Okay? If you'd like a list of about 100 redundancies like this, I've compiled a list for you, which you can download for free from our website, www.engvid.com. You can also do a quiz on this subject and watch lots of other videos that will help you improve your English. Okay? Thanks for watching. Bye for now.